My story begins at 3 days old, abandoned on the steps of an orphanage in Calcutta, India. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." When I think about that Jeremiah verse and relate it to that first blessing that I had and God's hand on my life from the beginning, I'm so thankful. And not only was I adopted to my amazing mom, but I was adopted to a community of people who would love and support me and challenge me as I grew up. But faith was something. I went to church on Sundays, I prayed before meals. It wasn't really my own. Faith was just routine for me, and it wasn't a passion that was inside of me. When I was 2, I started the road to becoming a competitive gymnast, and I spent the next 14 years developing into a high-level gymnast. So in 8th grade, I competed at the Junior Olympic National Championships, which is the highest level you can really compete besides the Olympics or elite or college. And I kind of went through a little down period after nationals, and when I came out of that though, I had a new passion and everything was going good. I was getting new skills, I was doing well. Gymnastics was all about me. By the world's standards, I had a good life. I was a good student, I was a good athlete, I had a good family. But when everything's going well, it's so easy to become self-reliant. It's easy to look in the mirror and take credit for what we think we've accomplished. And that's really where I failed. What if everything you had worked so hard for in your life was taken away in an instant? What if everything you thought you knew about yourself was suddenly gone? As the ambulance pulled away from the gym that day, I knew deep down in my heart that it was over and I would never compete again. But that's not where it stopped. About 3 weeks later, we got a call to go to the ER. And later that night, my papa, my best friend, my #1 fan, unexpectedly passed away. In less than a month, my entire world had just come crumbling down. I pushed all the ones that I loved away from me. I couldn't let family or friends or God into my hurt because I was too embarrassed by my failures. And that started me on a selfish downward spiral where I engaged in self-destructive behaviors and I lost my will to fight. So I just gave up. But through all of that, God's faithfulness remained to me, and His love was constant in my life because it's everlasting. And now it's my sophomore year of high school, right in the middle of all this. My head track coach, Coach Reed, he really helped encourage me just to try another sport and helped believe in me even when I didn't. And then Coach Blank had so much patience with me as I tried to figure out how to vault because it didn't come easy. But for Coach Blank, more than just coaching me to be a successful high school vaulter and set me up for future success, he coached me to be a God-honoring athlete on and off the field. And I can't be more thankful for them. Now that I came to Whitworth, I'm able to continue to grow in that faith through my performances and just everywhere here. So now I compete out here with a greater purpose, all for God's glory. My journey had such deep places that I got to, but now it's so full of joy because I just let go and let God. Whenever I find myself frustrated or angry and confused, I ask myself why, and it's because it's my expectations. Whenever I need a humble reminder, I look at 2 Corinthians 12:9 and 10, and they say, But he said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness." Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in my weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties, for when I am weak, then I am strong. It's so fulfilling and humbling to play for God. On the good days, the bad days, through frustration and joy, in your deepest defeats and greatest victories, all of the glory goes to Him. See, when I compete, all of the pressure is gone because the greatest victory has already been won. My name is Kierstie Shellman. I pole vault for the Whitworth Pirates, and this is where I worship God and let go.